La la la, chatty chatty, writing. You want me to give a wiggle? Hello, my darlings. Welcome back. Today we're going to be looking at adverbs of frequency. So this means how many times you do something. We usually use it with the present simple, which is what we've been learning about. Okay, cool. What do I always tell you need? Smile, positive attitude, and let's go. Champagne and orange juice. Mimosa. When we don't do something, it doesn't happen, okay? We use the adverb never, okay? Never. 20%, we can say sometimes. 50%, we say often. We do not say the T, guys. We do not say often, we say often. We drop it, take it away. We don't need it. 80% is usually, and this one gives you the zh sound, usually. And 100% always. So it tells you how often you do something. And we can either use it with the verb be, or we can use it with do and does, okay? Or just the present simple if you're doing it in the positive. Let's think about something that you never do. Okay, so if I live in Saudi, this is haram, right? So we start with our subject, I, and directly after your subject, it always comes before, well, not always, it usually comes before the verb. I never drink alcohol. So subject, adverb of frequency, verb, object. Okay? So let's look at it with the verb be. All right, so my subject is me again because I love myself today. Okay, so I, what's your verb be for I? You should be saying am, but what do? We contract, yeah? So, I'm, shall we use this one? Often. I'm often late. And that means you don't come to a place on time. If your friend says to you, come to my house at 8 p.m. and you arrive at 8:30, you are late. And this is an adjective. So remember, we like to use verb to be with an adjective. So I'm often late. Let's use maybe usually. Now remember, this is going to be in the negative because in the positive, it will be like this. We don't need to use do or does. So we're going to use it in the negative. So, shall we use Pauline again? Poor old Pauline. Okay, so Pauline doesn't always wear a mask. She does. I'm lying, but I just saw her with a mask on. It was the only thing I could think of. Wear is our verb. Guys, you wear your clothes. If something is on your body, the verb is you wear it. Okay, so Pauline doesn't always wear a mask. I am lying to you, but it's just for an example. So this is positive with verb to be, present simple. We don't need to use do or does if it's in the positive, and do or does when it's in the negative. We use subject, does or don't, adverb of frequency, verb, and object. It sounds like a lot, but you can do this. I know that you can. All right, so everything that we have learned over the last 3 or 4 weeks, we are now putting into practice and using much bigger sentences, okay? Look at you. Well done. That's fantastic. I'm so proud of you. We can also use this as a question form too. So let's think about the questions that we did with do and does. We'll use this exact same sentence. How am I going to make this into a question? Remember, what do we need to do? We need to take our subject and we need to take does or don't, and we need to change it over. So, it'll be in the positive because we only ever ask a question in the positive. Am I right? So the question will be, does subject Pauline, and it goes exactly the same way. Always wear a mask. All you're doing is changing it over. Okay. I'm often late. Remember, if you're asking a person a question, you're not asking it about yourself, so we're going to change it to you. So what's your verb be for you? Are. So we're going to change it over, and are you often late? Easy peasy, huh? You got it, babe. You can do it. Keep practicing your sentences. This is just a nice way to ask somebody how, or tell somebody how often you do something, or ask them about how often they do something. I think I've said everything I want to say. What else? What else can we do? My darlings, I nearly forgot to tell you. Remember earlier, or the last episode, when we did WH question words, you can bring that in here too. Why do we use when is for time or date. So when, my subject is you because I want to ask you a question. So am I going to use do or does? Good. So when, do, and then we need a subject. And then after your subject, if it's a question word and it's going to come before the verb, usually. Okay, so when do you usually eat dinner? This means not every day, but most days. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Saturday, Sunday, you do what you want. So when do you usually eat dinner? What time, basically? 7 p.m. usually. Okay, so you can bring in your WH questions there too. Okay, but all you need to do is remember that you can start with this one, but you still need to change your subject and your question word. Not your question word, I'm talking shit. Your auxiliary verb, and adverb of frequency comes before the verb, not after. Now I'm finished teaching you. After this, now that we're finished with the present simple for now, we're going to move on to the past, okay? So keep practicing. There are so many amazing exercises that you can do online to practice, but if you remember, if it's in the positive, subject, adverb of frequency comes before your verb, object. If it's in the negative, we're going to use don't or doesn't, depending on your subject. And if we're going to ask a question, we're just going to change it over. If you need to use a verb be, you're only going to use the verb be with a noun, adjective, preposition, and my mind is slow. Adverb, oh fuck. Okay, so you'll use subject, verb to be, adverb of frequency, and adjective, noun, or whatever it is that you're using. And again, if you're going to ask a question, you're just changing it over. My darlings, that's it from me. I'll see you soon. Love, love, love. Love the fact that you are learning a new language. Love the fact that you're coming to join me on this journey. And I hope that you've been enjoying everything. If you have any questions, please drop me a comment. I'll get back to you, I promise. And yeah, love you. I'll miss you, and we'll see each other soon.